The purpose of this tutorial is to give a general quick overview of the different sections of the TL6 control board. In addition, there are dedicated in-depth tutorials for the TL6, and how it is incorporated in the control panel. All inputs and outputs have an LED to indicate their status. The safety circuit inputs are 110 volts AC. Car and landing calls are 0 volts. All other inputs, such as overweight and pencil switches, are 24 volts DC. The board has two types of outputs, transistor outputs and volt-free relay outputs. We will now discuss the different sections of the board. This is the safety circuit monitoring section of the board. All safety circuit wiring and connectors are orange-colored, in order to distinguish them from other circuits. The safety circuit voltage is 110 volts AC. The safety circuit inputs from right to left are C3. Permanent safeties. C19. Car top safeties. C6. Hinged doors contact, in order to prove that the landing doors are closed but not locked. C32. Car door contact. And C7. Landing door locks contacts. When all the LEDs are lit, the safety circuit is made, and the lift is ready to run. This is the relay output section of the board. All relay outputs are volt-free contacts. M1 to M6 relays outputs are used to give commands to the VVVF drive, or to the hydraulic valve contactors. The cam relay output is used to energize the retiring cam. The DC and DO relay outputs are used to give door open and door close commands to the car door operator. This is the 24 volts AC input for powering the board. These are the 24 volts DC outputs for the car, the landings, and peripherals. This is the transistor output section of the board. These inputs are monitoring inputs and are meant for Talinor use only. It is important to note here that the VF input indicates the status of the brake command. The VF input has a distinguished blue LED. When the LED is lit, it indicates that a command to energize the brake was given. We will discuss the control panel brake sequence in detail in a dedicated tutorial. Sections 5 to 7 are the sections of the board to be wired by the fitter of the control panel in accordance with the electrical drawings. All inputs in these sections are 24 volts inputs, except the car and landing calls, which are 0 volts. IN1 to IN3 are the magnetic pencil switches inputs. INS is the inspection mode input. INU is the inspection up travel input. IND is the inspection down travel input. 1LS and 2LS are the terminal slowing limit switches inputs. This section is the car inputs section, which includes overload, full load, door open limit, door closed limit, light detector, force restrictor, door open button, door closed button, car preference, and fire recall. Y1 to Y3 are outputs for the car and landing position indicators. Outputs for the car position indicator are marked by C. This section is the calls section of the board. Car and landing calls are to be connected to those terminals. This section is the temporary mode interface. Temporary mode is intended for fault finding, and for cases where a manual operation of the lift from the control panel is needed. The slide switch is used to put the lift into temporary mode, and the green and red buttons are used to run the lift up and down. It is important to note that when the slide switch is switched back to normal mode, a manual reset using the programming tool is needed. These two slide switches are used to disable external calls and disable the car door. The big chip is the main microprocessor chip of the TL6 board. The small chip is where the board parameters are stored. We hope that you are now more familiar with the TL6 board. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified when new tutorials are available. Thank you for watching.